Okay, welcome to game 4. So, playing against Karn. Desert versus Karn, I like it. We'll see what our opening hand, hopefully we get something pretty decent. Let's see, Boros Guildgate Forest, Prey Upon, so yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little clunky, we don't really have any early plays, but at least we do have our mana source in the hand. Collar the Culprit. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep on this one. I'm okay with keeping this. We can lead off with Guildgate, and hopefully we get lucky getting down some of our lower one or two drops, and then with Sergeant we get some pretty good card advantage going. Or get some of that Mentor ability, I should say, excuse me. Alright, so we draw into Hammer Dropper. Let's go and get down Boros Guildgate, and then we're going to kick the turn back over to our opponent. I was kind of looking at some of the card pool in between games, and I almost kind of threw together this Demir Grixis deck, but still felt like maybe it was Naya would have been the better option for us to go for. Let's go and get down Forest, and nothing for 2. We're going past the turn. So unfortunately, we are looking at, we have all of our big drops in the hand. If this Iron Shell Beetle, yeah, enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on target creature. So it's basically just sitting at a 2/2. If we draw into our Goblin, that's something that we can use to deal 2 damage to that. And once they get that power and toughness up with Collar the Culprit, we can get that going. And also with Prey Upon, we can fight some of our other creatures. Let's go and get down Forest, and then we're going to kick it back over there. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get down Hammer Dropper just yet. We need to at least hit another white source. It's kind of a bummer. It feels like we've been kind of mana screwed most of this time. It's always been like not enough force, or we just have a ton of force this turn. That's going to put us down to 13. Draw the District Guide. And that's going to be, District Guide is going to be a 2/2 Veil Shade. So we can actually guide and then also go for Prey Upon on one of these creatures. If we want to, we can actually use it on Veiled Shade. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go and go for District Guide. It's going to enter the battlefield as a 2/2, allow us to get a land off of that. And we'll just go and grab Mountain. Let's go and get down Forest for the land drop. And let's go and go for Prey Upon. And we'll choose our opponent's creature too. So we're going to have the District Guide and the that beast fight, and then we'll kick it back over to our opponent. So they will be able to swing in for 4. That will put us down to 9. Hopefully, once we get down the mountain, get down Hammer Dropper, that will be a Guildgate. No, excuse me, I'm thinking of the other one. But at least that'll be sitting at a 5/2, so we can kind of start blocking. And then once we get down Siege Worm, sitting at a 5/5, or the Elemental, that's going to be sitting at 5 toughness. That'll really hopefully allow us to kind of stabilize. And the good thing about Shade is that it does not have flying, so they can simply just go for a few activations. All right, so we draw into Mountain. Let's go and get down Mountain. And let's go and get down Hammer Dropper. Yeah, I like that. We get down Hammer Dropper because basically they're looking at worst case scenario. They're looking at 3 more activations off Veiled Shade. And so even if they want to, that's going to put it at a 5/5. And I don't mind trading with Hammer Dropper, especially with some of these creatures in our hand, and we're making our land drops. Okay, opponent's going to go for Route, and this is actually a really good card. I have put it, if you haven't seen it, I did Ramos last week. We did Ramos Mazes In, and that card is an absolute all-star in that deck. Being able to search your library for up to 2 basics and put them on the battlefield is really nice. And also, it's just to begin with, it's a really good commander card. Let's say that you're building some sort of 3-color deck on a budget. Having Route in your deck to grab basics or a Guildgate and put them on the battlefield tapped is a wonderful thing to be able to get down, especially off that Route card. Now, our opponent looks like they searched up another swamp and then one more forest. So let's see if they want to swing in with the Beetle. Oh, unfortunately, the Beetle's going to get it. Okay. Now, what we can do is if we want to wait for next turn, let's say they tap out for a pretty good Veil, we can go for Collar the Culprit. Yeah, I think I like seeing if our opponent wants to go for that. Let's get down Mountain. They may not. That's going to be lethal, so yeah, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. They'll probably know something's up, but at least they're going to have to represent lethal, and that'll allow us to go for Collar the Culprit with creature target toughness 4 or greater. And we'll wait for them to go for all of the activations too. And let's go for Collar the Culprit. That's going to take care of it. They tapped out all of their mana, and that should allow us to. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will allow us to get down Siege Worm. Or if we want to get in for some haste, we can actually swing with Barging Sergeant. Basically, going to be the same thing. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's see if we can't get some quick damage in on our opponent. Okay, let's go on all in attack. That's going to be a 4/2. knock them down to 16, and then next turn that'll put us online for Siege Worm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and also put us in a position to where if we get another land drop, if we don't hit the land drop, we can at least get down Siege Worm. That'll be a Convoke off of Elemental. But once we do get down Siege Worm, that'll give us a 5/5 with Trample, which will be really good for us. They did get down Vine, which they can sacrifice to draw a card. So we'll see if that's... oh, I forgot. I need to add that to Arcades. I missed that. Sacrifice a creature with Defender, draw a card. Yeah, that's a good. I just know that's one of the fun things about playing Arenas. You're like, oh, I need to get that card in somewhere. All right, so we draw into Bodyguard. Let's go and get Forest down. Now, if we take a turn off and swing in with Sergeant, they're basically going to have to block with Vine. They're going to get some activation going for that. Let's do this. Let's go and get down, yeah, I like this. Let's go and get down Bodyguard. And that should give us just enough to go for Convoke. Okay, it's going to put it at 5/5. I was hoping that our opponent would maybe go for the Vine activation at their end step to draw a card. But either way, we're going to be in a good position. We have a 5/5 with Trample. We have a Mentor ability, which is going to allow us to put the Mentor trigger onto Bodyguard, making it a 4/4. And so it also kind of needs them to basically find some sort of answer for this Sergeant. All right, so we're drawn to Plains. Let's go and get down Plains, and then let's go. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we actually have more than enough just to tap down for Elemental. So let's go and go to combat. That's going to allow us to get the Mentor trigger going on the Bodyguard. It's going to make it a 4/4. They basically only have one card in hand, so we'll see what they do. If they have some sort of removal spell, so be it. But at least we'll end up with a 4/4. Okay, get the Mentor trigger on the Bodyguard. And we'll see if they make the Vine a blocker on Siege Worm, because they end up actually blocking on Siege Worm, since it does have Trample. The damage will swing past our opponent if they end up going for that activation. So we're going to click OK, and then see if they go for that activation. Put them down to 6, and then let's go and get down the Elemental. That way it does have Hexproof. Well, let's do this. We got more than a lethal, just in case they have some sort of... I'm actually not super familiar with the board. Like, they have some sort of board wipe. We'll leave these creatures on the battlefield, because either way they're going to have to deal with all of them, or we'll have combat damage, and that way if something does happen, some sort of board wipe, we'll have the Arboretum Elemental to kind of swing past our opponent. Okay, so they do get in for 4 with Golgari Raiders, and maybe we should have got down Arboretum Elemental. Hopefully, we could have blocked on that, and hopefully they don't have like a deal 1 damage to a spell or something like that. That would definitely be a bummer. Okay, it's just going to fight, so that's going to allow basically no cards in hand, and we're still going to be able to swing it for 6. Okay, I got really worried for a second on that. Let's go and go to combat. Send both of these creatures in, 2 attackers. It's going to knock them all the way down to... Man, I got really worried. There's one... I forget what... There's one black spell that makes you lose 1 life, and I got worried they were about to cast that. So we do at least get 1 more win, and I will see you in the next game. Okay, welcome to Game 5. We're playing against Jace. Hope you're excited. Spooky Jace. Hopefully we do good. I've been recording for a long time, so I'm getting a little stir crazy now. But that makes for some fun videos. So as far as our opening, our opening hand goes, we've got Plains, Mountain. We have Martial, Righteous Below, Direct Current, and then Elemental. Do we want to keep on this one? Opponent's going to be going first. We're going to end up with Martial on the battlefield, but we have nothing. Yeah, we'll go and keep on this one. If we get down Hammer Dropper, yeah, I like it. We'll keep. Hopefully we get lucky. Come on, Magic Gods, give us a pretty good land. And, oh, there we go. The Healer. So it's going to get down Plains. It's going to go for Healer's Hawk. I love this little guy. Get some really nice lifelink going. And then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. So we are sitting at 2 losses if you kind of skipped ahead in the video. So unfortunately, poor Hawk. Yeah, that would be dead weight if you put a bird on it. Let's go ahead and get down. And thankfully, they did take care of the bird, not our Marshal, because I like the Marshal. But yeah, if we get another loss, it's over. So this is kind of fun. Normally, I'm not a limited person, but I can definitely see myself playing limited in this fashion because, I don't know, it just makes for a fun board state. Let's go and get down Mountain. Let's go and go for Direct Current on the Blade Instructor. It's going to be 2 damage, and that'll still allow us to kind of go for Jumpstart on the back end. Let's go and swing in with Marshal for 1, and then knock our opponent down to 19 and kick it back over there. So next turn, we are looking at Forest. We'll be able to get down Hammer Dropper and get that Mentor ability going once it happens, and then draw into Prey Upon. So it's going to be a 2/3, 5/2. Let's go and get down Forest. Now that does put us in a position to where we can go for direct current with Marshall. Let's do this. Let's go and swing it for 1. If our opponent wants to block, that'll put us online for direct current off of that patrol card. Because I knocked them down to 18. And let's go and get down Hammer Dropper. Okay, I like Hammer Dropper because that puts us in a position to where they're going to swing in it for 2 at us, knock us down to 18. We can get the Mentor Trigger on Marshall, get another Mentor Trigger on Marshall, and then we can use Prey Upon to take care of... Oh, we got a kitty cat. We can take care of Patrol. But yeah, like I mentioned, I don't play a lot of Limited, and I think this is going to be... this might be the way I start doing Limited now, because, I don't know, there's times where I wish I would play more Limited, but I don't really want to sit through an entire league, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun playing these quick little pick-em-up matches. I don't know, I like it. Well, we've got our own cat. So, and with the patrol, it does have vigilance, so that's something we definitely want to take care of, if possible. Do you want to go for Prey Upon? They've got 3 cards in their hand. We can still do that 2 damage up top. Yeah, let's see if we can't make the lane drop. Let's get down our own cat. Get the card draw going. Draw into planes. Okay, there we go. So we do get the land drop. It's going to get that down. And then Righteous Blow. Now with Righteous Blow in our hand, do damage to target attacking or blocking creature. We don't have a creature with flying. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, let's just go ahead and no attackers. Go and pass the turn. I think I might have just accidentally missed that we had Righteous Blow in our hand. Sorry. Like I mentioned, I've been recording for a little bit today. So next turn, what we can do is we can go for the Prey Upon on the Patrol, which we definitely want to take care of. Number of creature cards in your graveyard. Opponent's got a really sweet Abzan deck. I'm really digging this. But yeah, so that first strike is not going to be a lot of fun, especially with that Mentor ability. Yeah, that's fine. Let's swing in for 2. So I almost want to use this Righteous Blow on the Sunhome in response to some sort of trigger. And Generous Stray is going to be swinging in for 2. Yeah, that's fine. Go and swing in. So that's going to be 4. We draw it to Goblin Caretaker. Okay, so now we can get some stuff done. So that puts us in a position where we go 1, 2, 3, and still go Prey Upon and Goblin Crater Maker. It's going to be the death of me that I keep calling him Caretaker. I have no clue why I'm doing that. Let's go to get down Goblin Crater Maker. If you're making yourself nuts, I promise I'm making myself nuts saying it like that. So how do we do this? So we can go for that activation, 2 damage. We need to use Prey Upon at some point with one of our creatures. It's going to get rid of all of our creatures, though, at this point. So we can use, yeah, let's just wait until next turn. Actually, if we use Prey Upon, Hammer Dropper, Patrol, the next turn we got Goblin and that. No attackers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go, and then we still have Jumpstart out of the graveyard too that we can also go for. Let's wait. Let's see our opponent wants to swing in, because we can use Righteous Blow and Goblin Crater Maker and use that 2 damage target. See how they want to swing in before we go for that. So listen, go to the attack step. In response to that Mentor Trigger on Sunhome, we'll definitely go for Righteous Blow. Actually, we want to take care of the Patrol in the air. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit better. Let's go for Patrol in the air. That's going to be 2 damage to Patrol, and then it still puts us in a position to where we can go for Goblin and go for that. Let's declare it a blocker on one of these creatures, and then we'll go for that activation. And let's go for the Goblin activation. Okay, basically going to put us at 6 coming across, and then we can still manage that. It's going to put us all the way down. And let's see what else they get down. Centaur Peacemaker, which is going to, each player gains 4 life, puts us back at 14. Then we draw into Forest. Let's go and get down Forest, and let's go and get down Arboretum Elemental. Okay, since we are sitting at 14, we can get these creatures down, and then we can also use Prey Upon with Elemental to kind of make our attack stack just a little bit better, and then we still have Direct Current. So depending on what we draw into, we definitely want to keep Direct Current online for dealing 2 damage. They're going to swing in with the whole crew. Okay, that's going to be 2, 4, 6, and that's going to be 9, putting us all the way down to 5. Let's go and block on Peacemaker. They've got some sort of answer. They've got some sort of answer. Okay, then we draw into Bodyguard. And with that Skyline Scout having flying, we want to take care of that. Definitely. So let's do this. Let's go and get down Bodyguard. If we want to discard that, we can take care of the Skyline Scout. Yeah, let's get down Bodyguard, and then we can use Prey Upon to take care of that Scout. They're going to be able to swing it for 2 if they wanted to, but I think with this board being so kind of cluttered. Yeah, I like that. Let's go and go to combat. Okay, so we're going to get the Hammer Dropper, put the trigger on Marshall. We'll see if they want to trade with this Skyline Scout. Knock them down to 15. That still gives us the Prey Upon. You know what, let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. We'll see how they want to sequence. If we go for it's going to be a 2-3, 2-2 with first strike with Mentor. And then we can use Jumpstart for next turn. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for Prey Upon. And we'll go and get rid of that first strike. If we get rid of 2-2... Yeah, we're going to get rid of the Stalwart. That way, if they want to swing in with the Skyline Scout, they can do that. At least we're going to go and have them fight. And that puts us in a position to where we have the Bodyguard that can at least take care of the Generous Stray. We don't have to worry about any sort of first strike shenanigans with that creature. And they've only got 2 cards in the hand. And then at least with next turn, we can take care of the Scout with Jumpstart. Our opponent's going to get down Woodshaper. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a creature or enchantment. And they can Pelt Collector, okay. And they will be able to get down Pelt Collector too. And we draw into Luminous Bonds. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. What if we want to make not swing in an attack? So at this point right now, we definitely want to take care of one of the 2-3. So let's go and go for Luminous Bonds. I guess technically either way, it's not going to matter. So we're going to choose the Painter. And that's going to be a really big trade with the Elementals. So let's go and swing with the Elemental because that's going to take a lot of creatures. We're looking at least 3 creatures for them to block. You know, there's going to be Skyland Scout, Generous Stray, and Pelt Collector. Looking at a 2-1. So that's going to knock our opponent down to 8. And no blocks from our opponent. Also with Direct Current, it kind of puts us in a position where we can use Direct Current next turn to kind of target one of their creatures and then deal some damage. All right, opponent's going to go for the Canopy, destroy target enchantment. It's going to put us down to 6. Let's see what else they show for the turn. And then we draw into Plains. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for Direct Current. And let's go and target Pelt Collector. Yeah, because if they get that Trample going, that's not going to be good. And we'll go and discard the Plains out of our hand. Let's go to attackers. Let's have everybody swing in. So we'll get the Hammer Dropper. Let's go and put Hammer Dropper on Generous Stray. That's going to make it a 2-3. And the Bodyguard, we're going to put it on Marshall. And we'll still also get a token on the battlefield. That way, if they do get something kind of crazy to block, we can still at least have some sort of blocker on the battlefield. And if I kind of did something funny, I don't play a ton of limited, so like quick little like combat math like this is always kind of like, ooh, do I have it? Trying to make sure I've got it. So at this point right now, we're in a pretty good position. We'll see what they get down. They do have Generous Stray. We can still take care of that creature, okay. So they can still swing in with a 2-3 and a 2-1. That will put us down to 1, but they're going to need some sort of haste creature to deal some damage to us. Opponent's going to scoop it up, so we will get a win off of that. We're able to keep our win streak going after that clunky opening hand, so I'll definitely take that. So I'll see you in the next game. Welcome back to Game 6. Yes, Game 6, 100%. I'm sure, yeah. Yeah, I just checked. It is Game 6. Welcome. We're playing against Karn. We're also playing against Two-Headed Boy, so that should be interesting. As far as our opening hand goes, we have Locket, we have Righteous Blow, Blade Instructor. Yeah, I'm okay with that. At least, if things just don't go good and we at least hit the land drop, we'll be online for drawing 2 cards off of Locket. So let's go and keep on this one and then see what we can't get down. We get down Arboretum Elemental, which I just love this card. It's really nice. All right, so we do draw into Temple Garden. That is pretty much what we needed. Let's go and put this into play tapped. Not going to pay 2 life. No, we'll not enter the battlefield tapped. I'm going to pass the turn to our opponent. No, enters tapped. There we go. All right, kick it back over there. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I got in during Return to Ravnica, so be playing playing Ravnica Sealed again. It's a lot of fun. I did a ton of drafting Return to Ravnica, and so I don't know. I'm thinking about incorporating it more in the channel, and definitely start with some of this with Arena. So it's really easy. I don't know. It's really enjoyable for me to kind of pick it up and play just little pick 'em up games like this. It just kind of feels like you're playing kitchen table Magic in a way. I don't know how to describe it. It's some nice fun Magic. All right, so we do draw into barging sergeant. Let's go and get down planes. Let's go and go for Selesnya Locket. That'll push it into 4 mana. And hopefully we can get down Blade Instructor and kind of go from there. We could have got down Blade Instructor, but with that kitty cat over there sitting at a 1/2, and Blade Instructor sitting at a 3/1, that's not really the best thing for us to start swinging into. We could trade in with a cat token if we wanted to, but we won't let the cat swing in for 1. All right, so they're going to knock us down to 19. And now if we do draw into Goblin Crater Maker, I promise I'm going to get it. It's going to take all the videos. That will allow us to take care of the Rampaging Monument. So let's go and get down Forest. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we at least, if we're not going to be swinging with Blade Instructor, we can at least maybe hold up our opponent from swinging in. And then that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can still at least go ahead and get down on the land drop. We'll be able to get down Siege Worm since we do have at least 2 green sources. And that'll put us in a position to where we can hopefully go for Arboretum Elemental. But yeah, I love that. I love the art on Arboretum Elemental. And I forget how fun it is to play like a limited environment and to kind of have those like limited all-stars that you just really like to see. I don't know, it just really kind of makes those cards feel a little extra special. And Arbor Elemental has been pretty fun so far. All right, so we draw into our very own cat token. And then with Siege Worm, that is definitely something that we can take care of with Collar the Culprit. You know what, let's do this. Let's go and push in with Blade Instructor. Yeah, I like that. Swing with Blade Instructor. Yeah, because those are tapped, yeah. So we're going to send 1 attacker in. We'll see if they're going to block with Siege Worm. It looks like they're not. So it's going to be 3 damage up top, and then Generous Stray is going to allow us to draw a card. But I kind of want to go for Culprit, Collar the Culprit. So we'll wait on our opponent's turn to see if they want to swing in, and then we're going to kick it back over there. Now we do have Righteous Blow in the hand, so what we can do is at least kind of go for Righteous Blow on Generous Stray, and still get down Collar the Culprit on Siege Worm. That'll allow us to hopefully kind of start putting some of our creatures out on the board, and then kind of going from there. Each player discards a card. Yeah, we'll go and get rid of at this point right now, Sergeant. We just basically don't have access to red mana at this point right now, so discard Sergeant. Okay, let's go and go for Collar the Culprit on Siege Worm. And that will be 3 coming across on us. We can go for Righteous Blow, but we'll go and let that come across. That's going to put us down to 16. We draw into Rosemane Centaur. Yeah, let's go and get our convo going. Let's go and get down Generous Stray. It's going to allow us to draw a card. See if the cat drug up for us. Draw into Forest. I'll take that. That'll put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just enough mana to actually get down Centaur. So let's go and do that. Let's go and tap down the Instructor, the cat, and then a Selesnya Locket, and then we're going to kick the turn back over to our opponent. So now that we do have a few more Convoke creatures on the battlefield, that really does allow us to kind of open up some of our bigger creatures that we can get down. Especially we're able to trade with Collar the Culprit on our opponent's Siege Worm. Okay, so our opponent ends up going for Severed Strands, sacrifice Burglar Rat, destroy target creature and opponent control. So they did at least gain a little bit of life off of that. And then we have the Monument swinging across for 3, and they're going to get down the Antelope. I didn't realize there's an Antelope in the set. I mean, I've seen the card, but I didn't realize that's kind of funny. Let's go to get down Forest. You know what? We can go and swing in with the Blade Instructor because that'll give us Mentor. And if we want to trade with either one of these creatures, I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, let's go and go to combat. Let's go and swing in with the cat and swing in with the Blade Instructor. Get the Mentor trigger on the cat, make that cat nice and pretty. Okay, knock them down to 16, and then let's go and get down Siege Worm. Okay, and kick the turn back over to our opponent. Now, we still have Righteous Blow. Unfortunately, we don't have any mana at this point right now. But if we want to kind of complicate our opponent's board state, we can swing in with at least... Uh-oh, Deadly Visit on our Siege Worm. Oh, no. I just really enjoyed somebody paying a visit to the Siege Worm's office as they're looking at paperwork, and that assassin takes care of it. Okay, but like I mentioned, we still have Righteous Blow, so we'll probably, at least at this point right now, just kind of hold back, and then we draw into Luminous Bonds, which is actually a really good draw. We can put that onto the Antelope, and then we can use... Actually, we'll put it on a Rampaging Monument, and then we can use Righteous Blow on the Antelope. That sounds good. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so go Luminous Bonds, put that onto Rampaging Monument. That'll slow them down just for a little bit. And then we're going to push in for 2. Yeah, we're okay with that. Let's go and push in for 2. And if opponent wants to block with the Antelope, we'll simply just tap out for a Righteous Blow. Okay, knock them down to 14, and they'll kick it back over there. Now that we are kind of getting into the position where we do have 6 mana, we might kind of start to crack this locket just to kind of dig just a little bit deeper into our library. Thankfully, the Arboretum Elemental does have hexproof, so that will allow us to at least kind of get that down and have a bigger creature that we don't have to worry about our opponent using some sort of spot removal on. Alright, so our opponent will use Sprouting Renewal to destroy the enchantment that we put on to Rampaging Monument. Glowspore Shaman. And let's go and go for Righteous Blow on Wary. Wary little Antelope, get out of here. And that will allow them to swing in for 4, putting us down to 3. We're drawn to Plains. Okay, I was going to get down Plains, and then, yeah, we'll go and go for Arboretum Elemental. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, if we tap down Generous Stray, that's going to make it to where they can... Basically, it's going to be lethal either way. So actually, we need to go and crack the locket. So let's go and go for 4. It's not the best thing that we can do, but... Drawn to Demotion... Yeah, I think, yeah, either way they're going to get it because we don't have enough for a creature. If we did Convoke for Arboretum Elemental, they'll still be able to take care of it. So really good. I was on deck by our opponent. It's going to throw the good game up. Yeah, unless I'm missing something, we just don't, basically don't have any way to kind of, to do anything about it. So we're going to go and scoop this one up. Good game to our opponent. And that will put it into our arena adventure. I've really had a lot of fun doing these videos. So let's go back to our main set, and then we'll see what we kind of, what we end up winning. I think we get 3 packs and we get a few gems. And so we'll go and claim the prize. 3 wins. So we get 3 packs and we get 1,200 gems. I'm still not entirely sure exactly what the currency is and stuff like that. But let's go and go over there and open the packs up, because I want to get into more limited, so we definitely need to get some more packs open. So I'm going to crack these packs. Glowspore Shaman, that is nice. It's always nice to have some guild gates. Ooh, really nice. So they have wild cards. If you don't know about Arena, wild card is what you can use to turn in for an uncommon. There's rare wild cards, there's common wild cards, and also mythic rare wild cards. So basically, it's going to allow you to cash it. It's basically a coupon for whatever sort of rarity card you want. So let's check out what our rare was. Unmoored Ego, which would actually work out really well. I'm working on a Sultai Singleton list right now, so that's going to be good. Let's go and open up the second pack. We got Plaguecrafter. Ooh, that is perfect. Exactly what we needed for that deck. We have a common wild card, which is good. And then the rares... Oh! Underrealm Lich. Okay. And our Sultai Singleton list is coming along perfectly. And that's going to be District Guide, which is always nice to have that. Some Extras of Veil is always good. And let's see what the rare is. Mausoleum Secrets. That is, I'm not sure if we can take advantage of that, but it's a good card to have. So, but yeah, so we have no more packs to open. That's going to be it for the draft video. I will be incorporating more arena content into my videos, so kind of be on the lookout for that, and especially some Singleton stuff, because that's going to be the closest to Commander that we have on Arena. So, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.